Hello, happy Monday. My favorite day of the week, and it is Mindset Mondays on this channel. So this weekend on Saturday, I did a 5-hour practice of noble silence. So this was technically a retreat and community online hosted through the Mindfulness Institute, which is where I studied the MBSR program, which is mindfulness-based stress reduction. For those of you who don't know, I will do another video on that later. And participating in this silent retreat was actually part of completing the program requirements and earning my certificate. While this is not my first time practicing noble silence, this was my first time practicing in an online community setting. So I actually did this program over a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years ago now, but just my schedule never aligned with the retreats that they were holding, so I was really excited to finally be able to attend this retreat and officially complete the program requirements and get my certificate, because who doesn't like receiving certificates? So I actually took a time lapse of the 5 hours that I was in practice, and you do see me journaling before and after, but that was before entering and after exiting the practice, because as those of you who know, in noble silence there are no external distractions, which includes reading or writing of any sort. And while there is mindful movement, this practice did not involve yoga asana specifically. So in the time lapse, you'll see me get up and do some mindful walking. It looks much quicker in the time lapse, but with mindful walking, you're actually walking at a very slow, calm pace. And the idea is that your feet are kissing the earth with each step, from heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. It's actually a practice that you can do sitting if you don't feel like or do not currently have the ability to walk. You can do it with your hands like this on your lap. Being very mindful of the movement of each step. And that is how you can mindfully walk with your hands. A big part of mindfulness practice is the body scan. And that is when you go through your entire body. Typically I do it from my feet all the way to the top of my head, and then bringing awareness to my body in its entirety as a whole. The body scan practice is really great for really tuning in to your body and bringing awareness and acknowledgement to each part of your body. And the first time you do it, it can be very strange, because there are parts of your body that you might not necessarily think about on a day-to-day basis. And the more you practice it, the more in tune you are with your body, even when you aren't doing a body scan. That can be very helpful to staying attuned to how your body is feeling and what your body may need at any given time. The best part about body scans is that you don't need to be lying down to do them. You can be sitting and you can be anywhere. It's a great way to center yourself and just bring your focus away from something that might be bothering you, especially if it's your mind. Doing a body scan can take you out of your mind and into your body, which can be very helpful when your mind is all over the place. And when you do a body scan, you will notice places in your body that hold more tension, and you can work to actively release the tension in some parts of your body. Or it simply brings awareness to tension that you might not realize was there, that you were holding in a certain part of your body. Because if you're aware of where you're holding tension, you will be more conscious of that. And so for me, for example, I often hold tension in my chest. I find myself holding my breath very often. I'll catch myself not breathing really. And when I do that, my chest is tight and my shoulders are a little raised and tense, and it might seem obvious, but in those moments it's really not. And I could have been in that position for maybe an hour. And those are the things that cause back pain. So the more conscious you are of it, the more you will be able to catch it when it's happening and release that tension where you can. Obviously, not all tension can be self-released. Sometimes you just need a good massage, or maybe build more of a habit of practicing yoga regularly, or even just stretching more. But it always starts with awareness. I'm getting my hair trimmed tomorrow. I'm really excited. My ends need it. Although this bonding oil has helped a significant amount. So coming out of the silent retreat was really refreshing. I knew going into it that I really needed it, and there were moments throughout the practice where I felt really sleepy, both in sitting and laying down positions. And when that happens, when I feel sleepy during meditation, I know that that is my body's way of telling me that I need to rest. My body is tired. I didn't drink on Friday night. We didn't stay out very late. We were at a friend's place playing games, and we're in bed probably by 11:30, which is later than we typically go to bed. But we slept in, and all in all, I'd say I got a pretty decent sleep and felt quite energized in the morning and ready for this session. So for me, when I feel sleepy in meditation, I know that it's my body's way of saying that it really needs rest. Because when my body is feeling good and energized, meditation does not put me to sleep. Meditation brings alertness, and if anything, harnesses my energy to be able to focus more when I leave the meditative state, and to be effective moving consciously throughout my day. Near the end, at one point, I did actually fall asleep during a laying down position, and I jolted awake, which I don't think you can really tell in the time lapse. But after coming out of the practice, I knew that I just needed to take it easy this weekend and just relax and not worry or fret about the week to come, and just allow my body and mind to really just rest and reset. I actually felt that 5 hours went by so quickly, and that my body and mind probably needed more, but it definitely would have been much more challenging had it been longer than the 5 hours. So I'm really grateful for this practice, that I was able to have the opportunity to do it in community with these people online, but to be in my own space with my own comforts. Obviously, it's easier said than done to just not think about things that you may be worried or anxious about, but that is how the silent retreat helped me be able to reset and be able to move into the remainder of the weekend with peace of mind and calmness. And obviously, naturally, thoughts will come in, but I found it was easier to let stressful thoughts go and just really be present in the moment and just really allow myself to rest. And that's what this silent retreat really gave to me. While this isn't the first time I've practiced Noble Silence, it has been quite a while since I last practiced, so I really tried to go into this session, into this retreat, with a child's mind and allow the facilitators to guide my process without having any expectations of what the session would be like and what I hoped to come out of it with. Often I am the one guiding others in meditation, so it is such a nice experience for me to be on the receiving side and just not have to think about what I'm doing or what others are doing, or have to plan my practice, and being able to just show up and just receive the guidance, enjoy the process, and to fully be immersed. So I'm really grateful for that. It allowed me to move into the remainder of the weekend very centered and just be able to allow thoughts to move through much quicker than where I might have thoughts kind of pile up and linger around longer than I'd like them to. It was just really nice because my mind really did feel rested by the end of the weekend. As I mentioned, I did upload the time lapse, which I will link down below, and I would love to hear if you have ever practiced in noble silence, why you've done it, and how it's benefited you. Okay, so I haven't filmed an outfit of the day for a while now, but I have time today, so let's get dressed. That's the fit! Remember that you are enough, that rest is more powerful than just pushing through, and that rest is part of the journey too.